the Lexington High School for tonight's OCC MOAC matchup. It's between the 9-0 Lexington Minutemen and the 4-8 Clear Fork Colts. We've got a lot of pregame analysis ahead of us right after these words from our sponsors.
He takes the Tostitos, fakes left, goes right, and dives into the salsa. Now that is how you bring home the snacks.
What is he doing?
Preparing for his next career as a commentator.
Isn't he a little young for that?
All the best players get broadcast deals these days.
Bill's Mafia is going absolutely crazy down here. Isn't that right, Billy? So true, so true. Back to you, Josh. Back to you. And let's go down onto the field for the coin toss. Doesn't get much better than this.
Welcome to Richland County's first artificial intelligence ATM. And if you car dance to the song you're listening to now, I will give you $50. See, that's something an ATM can never do.
Oh my gosh, are you serious?
Oh, we're serious.
Gosh, that's awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. We hope your day is a little bit better today.
Yes, thank you.
Welcoming everybody back to Lexington High School. Once again, it's an OCC MOAC matchup between the home team, the Lexington Minutemen, and the away team, the Clear Fork Colts. Now, Levi Davis joined in commentary with myself, Austin Fisher, and this one should be quite the exciting game as we take you in to our OH Report pregame show brought to you by Park National Bank. And we have a lot to talk about. We're going to start with the away team here in the 4-8 Clear Fork Colts. No wins in their conference, and unfortunately for them, that cannot start tonight. Let's talk about some keys to the game for the away team in the Clear Fork Colts.
So like Austin said, the Clear Fork Colts 4-8 with their new coach, Coach Bradford. The first key for the Clear Fork Colts, leadership is key. Look for the seniors of the Clear Fork Colts to get out and lead this team during this game. Some guys that came to mind for me are guard Victor Skoog, who's a star quarterback for these Colts over the fall, big man Kaden Riddle, and Powie Alt. These guys got it done in the gridiron this fall. Let's see if they can get it done on the hardwood tonight. Second key for the Clear Fork Colts, slow down the paint. Clear Fork, if they want to win this game, need to slow down the big men for the Lexington Minutemen. That starts with Kaden Riddle, the 6'4" forward. Look to see how they'll match up with Baden Forup, and if the Colts is going to get into a 2-3 zone early to get some bodies in the paint. And last but not least, the last key for the Colts, respect over fear. Clear Fork coming in this game haven't beaten the Minutemen since 2019. The Colts need to play this game with no fear if they want to spoil Lexington Minutemen tonight. Respect the talent and size for Lexington, and we'll see what Clear Fork can do tonight, Austin.
Absolutely. Now let's take a look at a possible MVP candidate if the Clear Fork Colts are able to pull off the upset, the player spotlight for the Colts. Go ahead, Levi.
For Clear Fork, one guy that stands out to me a lot is junior forward Grant Spencer. He's averaging 8.5 points a game. He's a top 20 scorer in the MOAC. He actually had 15 points in the first win in over a year for the Colts against the Edison Chargers. He's averaging 4 rebounds a game and 2 assists, which is second on the team for Clear Fork.
Absolutely. Some great statistics for him, not just for the team, but for the conference as well. As you see the Minutemen side of the court now, let's take a look at some keys for the undefeated Lexington Minutemen trying to become 10-0.
Like Austin said, the 9-0 Lexington Minutemen led by Coach Hamilton. The first key for the Minutemen, You got to keep pushing. Lexington had a great conference win over the West Holmes last night, 62-41. The Minutemen just need to keep playing the way they have to get to this 9-0 record, Austin. The second key for the Lexington Minutemen is play is play. Some of the key bench players got into the win last night. Look to see what they got tonight, Austin. And last but not least, you have to control the pace. Lexington needs to control this game from start to finish. Lexington needs to go fast and quick, and that starts with the senior guards, A.J. Young and Alex Deberschmidt. Push the pace, and this should be a good night for the Lexington Minutemen.
Absolutely. That is exactly what Scott Hamilton has preached so far this season, and it has worked to an absolute par. Now looking for a possible MVP candidate on the Lexington Minutemen side. It's the back-to-back MVP, Baden Forup.
Yeah, Austin, like you said, our listeners know a lot about Baden Forup, the 6'7" senior forward. He's been averaging 20 points a game over these last 2 games. Like you said, back-to-back OH Report MVPs. Let's see if he can make it 3 times. And he is a Lex floor general tonight. Let's see what he got.
Absolutely. He's been putting up some incredible numbers in these past couple of games. As we are just about 3 minutes away from tip-off, let's talk about a couple of pivotal decisions that either one of these teams can make. Seems like the Minutemen are struggling when the defenses show differently between quarter and quarter. We saw it here on Tuesday night against Worcester. They switched in and out of a zone, went back to man-to-man, caused a lot of confusion offensively for Lexington, and in fact, they actually turned it over 14 times as a result. Do you think rookie head coach Tim Bradford will have something very similar?
Clearly, the Clear Fork Colts watched the film on Tuesday, but as you saw last night, Austin, Lexington made good adjustments when the West Holmes Knights made those defensive adjustments.
Absolutely, and it was, unfortunately for Clear Fork, not getting the job done on Tuesday when they took on the Shelby Whippets. They were absolutely decimated, including giving up 31 to the leading scorer in the MOAC, 17 in the first quarter. If they're going to slow down one player in this game, who is that going to have to be on Lexington's side?
Like we said in the player spotlight, you have to slow down Baden Forup. If you slow him down, it should be a long night for the Lexington Minutemen.
I absolutely agree with that statement. Now, defensively for Lexington, it kind of slowed down at the very end of that game against West Holmes last night. A very star-studded performance from one of the guards of West Holmes, shooting 5 for 5 in the last 8 minutes of that game. Is there one player in particular you're looking at on this Colts roster that the Minutemen are going to have to slow down?
Austin, there are actually 2 players that come to mind when I think of the Clear Fork Colts. Our players spotlight Grant Spencer, but also big man Kaden Riddle. So we'll see what he got tonight.
Absolutely. Both of those players putting up some great numbers across the board. We are just about a minute and a half away from tip-off as both of these 2 teams getting their last couple shots around in this brand new Lexington High School gymnasium. Once again, I am Austin Fisher, joined in commentary by my color commentating partner, Levi Davis. We're excited to be back here for the 3rd time this week. The Minutemen 2-0 in this span, looking to make it 3 and trying to not be pulled off an upset against by this hungry Clear Fork Colts team. As head coach Tim Bradford going to talk it over with his team. Minutemen getting up their final shots, and we are just about ready to go from the village of Lexington.
Also, Austin, Clear Fork also switching up their starting lineups game to game, so it's going to be interesting to see who they put out there first.
Making it difficult on the teams that watch film. Of course, Lexington, more than likely one of them, given their talent. Great teams watch film. That is something that is pivotal, especially in the sport of basketball, because it can be different from week to week. Starting lineups coming right around the corner. And we've also got that for you as well, as both these teams getting ready to receive some applause from their loyal crowd. A good crowd here from the visiting Clear Fork Colts, as they do travel very well. Not a long distance, but some loyalty despite their struggling record early on in the season. And of course, the home team, the Minutemen, always great with their fans. As a home and away team, cheerleaders are being introduced. One final question for you, partner. Do you think the JV game was any implications of what we might see later in this one as the Minutemen pretty much decimating the Colts in that one?
I'm not completely sure, Austin, but you got to know program history with Coach Hamilton. That's going to be passed down level to level. Not really sure about how the new coach for Clear Fork does it, but they probably do it the same way, Austin.
100%. Some things never change within programs, no matter who the coach is, whether that is for the best or the worst. But Tim Bradford, an excellent basketball player in his time, trying to impact this team with his legacy a little bit. As the lineups for each of these teams now. The Clear Fork Colts starting lineup on its way in just a moment. And there it is, senior forward, Kaden Riddle. Victor Skoog, the senior guard, Adam Van Osdol, junior guard, who has worked his way up to the starting position. Garrett Hotz, the lone sophomore on this roster, looking to take his underclassmen memorabilia and try to advance it a little bit. And Grant Spencer, the junior forward underneath the basket, trying to make his impact last as we